Hi and welcome to the Forex software training. My name is Timo van Deventer and I've been trading for quite a number of years. I've started doing this on the sideline, giving people lessons on how to get started in Forex. What I'm going to do today is probably the best way for a beginner to start trading Forex. I usually do this one-on-one over Skype, but if you're receiving the CD for some other reason, we could not. So it's basically exactly the same lesson that I'm giving to you that I would to anyone else. Obviously, the disadvantage being that you can't ask questions as we go. So please write down the questions that you have, and then we can address them via either email, or we can make an appointment for a telephone call where you can ask me all the questions that you have. Alright, so this would be the email that I sent you initially. You'll see it has a few links in. Obviously the Skype link doesn't matter if you're doing it through the CD. So just look underneath that. You have a link to start the software. The software is web-based. What that means is that it runs on a server on a website. So you log in over the internet. You cannot use the software if you're not connected, because you cannot trade the market in any case if you're not connected to the market. For that, you unfortunately do need an internet connection. Without it, this will not work. Alright, and then the third link you'll see is babypips.com. Babypips is a free Forex training course, which is one of the best courses that I've ever come across, and the best of all is it is absolutely free. So if you are a total beginner and you don't have or don't understand the terms of Forex, please start at babypips.com. It's very important that you start here before going on to the actual software, because otherwise you won't understand what you're looking at. I'm just going to click on here just to show you what it looks like. Let's just wait for it to open. It's Baby Pips, and it's the School of Pipsology, they call it. You'll see once it's loaded, you'll see you have a block at on the left hand side with different levels. Please start at the preschool level and at least just finish the preschool level. Thereafter you can do the software training, but I would recommend to finish the whole course in due time, as it is a very, very good and complete course. Alright, you can read through the introduction. They basically go through what the course is about and so on. But to start the course, you'll see there's a small play button on the right hand side of preschool over here. Just click on that button. It will open another page and it will give you the menu of the lessons for preschool. Start with lesson 1. Just click on there on what is Forex. It will open the page and then you can go through the page. It is done in a very nice way, so it's not it doesn't seem like work. It's done in a very playful way. And then once you reach the bottom, you'll see you have an option to go to next lesson. You just click on next lesson once you're done with the first lesson, and it will take you on to the next lesson, and then you can just complete the whole preschool course like this. So you can just scroll down, finish this, and go to next lesson again. So that's basically the free course. It's a very, very good course. So really, please do this before you even start with the actual training of the software. Okay, once you've done that, or if you already have quite a grip on the terms and definitions to do with Forex, you can go and click on the link to the software over here. Okay, then it might take some time to load, depending on the server. But what you will get is then you'll get a screen like this where you have to enter your details. Please note this is for a practice account, So this is to practice. You won't be using your own money for this. We wanted to get you to practice first before you start investing your own money. Alright, so just enter the different fields. Let's do that quickly. Alright, and you'll see under initial balance, please just make that at least $10,000. The reason for that is you can't trade as small lot sizes on a practice account as you can on a real account. So please make it at least $10,000 or more. And then please just copy the code at the bottom. This is just to make sure that this is not spam. And then you just click submit. As I've done this already, I'm not going to click submit right now. But once you've clicked submit, you'll get an email and you'll get a message that says you have opened a practice account or registered a practice account. Alright, then you'll get to this screen over here. Just make sure you'll see you have two options. You have live and practice. Please just make sure that practice is clicked over here. Enter your username and your password and click login. Okay. Then once you've logged in, you'll get a message that shows the disclaimer. This will just tell you that Forex is risky. You shouldn't trade with money that you can't afford to lose, and so on. Please read through this before clicking accept. And once you click accept, you will be given access to the platform. Alright, so this is the basic platform. This is the Mirror Trader platform, and the advantage the Mirror Trader platform gives you is that you can actually copy other traders, and you can copy traders that have a lot of experience, a lot of knowledge in Forex trading, so you don't have to actually sit and build up that knowledge and that experience over a long period of time. You can tap into the experience that the traders connected to this already have. So there are thousands of traders connected to this. We can go and see all their trades, so we can analyze a trader per trader, and we can choose traders that we want and think are good traders, and we can copy exactly what they do. Alright, the Mirror Trader gives you three options. The first being manual trading. Manual trading we're not going to spend a lot of time on, because manual trading is where you actually have to do a course and learn how to trade. It takes very long. It takes a lot of practice, and probably 3 to 4 years before you actually get to trade decently on through manual trading. The second option we have is semi-automated trading. That's where you copy another trader, but you just copy single trades. So you don't do everything he does. You just copy one or two trades you decide. And then the third option is fully automated trading, which is what we're going to spend a lot of time on. And that is where you copy a trader and you copy everything he does. So when he opens a trade, it'll copy into your account and you'll open the trade. And when he closes that trade or moves his stops or whatever, you'll copy exactly what he does. You just set the amount that you are going to trade. So you don't have to carry the same risk as him. You can set your risk at either less or you can set it at more. And but we'll show you exactly how to do that correctly. Okay, so what you're looking at here is at the top you have a bar. You firstly have your balance. Your balance is all your trades that are banked plus your deposit. So this is, at the moment, we haven't actually closed any trades, and we started with an account of $10,000. So our balance at the moment is $10,000. Next to that, we have your profit loss. This is for all your open trades. So if you have open trades, it will show you the position they are in over here. So if you are down $200, it will show a minus 200, and if you're up $200, it will show a plus 200 over here. Next to that, we have the equity. The equity is probably the most important thing because it is your real-time balance. Your equity is your balance plus your profit loss. So if you have an open trade of, let's say, minus $200, it will be your balance, which is $10,000 minus $200, so it'll be $9,800 will be your equity. So that is your real balance at any given moment is your equity. Next to that, you have your used margin. Please refer to baby pips and the definition on margin. At the moment, your used margin is 0 because you don't have any trades open, and your usable margin is 100%. And obviously these two will add up to 100%. So if you use 20% of your margin, your usable margin will go down to 80%. Alright, so next to that we have a few icons. The first one is your disclaimer if you want to read through it again. Next one is your sound. You can turn sound on and off. Next to that you have support. If you click that, you can contact ACM Gold support directly. Next to that you have your settings. This just allows you to change your password and so on. And then next to that you have your log off button. So please just use the log out button when you're not working on your platform. Somebody else might think this is a game and come and press buttons and lose you a lot of money. Right, underneath that we have your currency pairs. Again, refer to baby pips for what a currency pair is. I'll go through it quickly. Let's take the first currency pair. You have your Euro USD, your Euro United States dollar. The reason it's in a pair is you need and compare it to something else, and that is exactly what we're looking at here. So what we're looking at is if we buy a euro, we'll buy it at 1.3060 US dollars. And next to that, if we want to buy a US dollar, it will cost us 97.971 Japanese yen. Alright, so please go through baby pips for a clear definition on currency pairs and why they are traded in pairs. But here we have your currency pairs. Please just take note, we won't be using this for our auto trading, so I'm just going through it to show you or tell you what it is rather than to show you how to trade with it. If you do want to try manual trading, that's up to you, but just go through baby pips first, and you will find some strategies on manual trading, but that's not what I'm going to show you today. Alright, so you'll see here only a few currency pairs. If you click on the pair next to that, you can add and remove them. So you can see at the moment the ones that are checked are the ones that are showing. So let's uncheck one of these. That means we'll remove it, and let's go and add another one. Let's add something with the rand. There you go, US dollar rand. Check it and click view, and you'll see here it's added the dollar rand. So you can go and add any currency pair that you like by doing that. Alright, underneath that we've got your chart. This is what we call a candlestick chart. The candlestick chart will be defined in baby pips as well. We can maybe quickly go through it. Each bar that you see here or candle is represents a certain passing of time. In this case, you'll see it's set to 1H at the left here. That means it's 1 hour. So each candle represents price movement for 1 hour. You'll see some are red and some are green. The red ones just show that the price moved down in that hour, and the green ones show that the price moved up in that hour. For candlesticks, please again refer to baby pips. Baby pips will give you a good definition on candlesticks and candlestick charts. Alright, so you can change firstly your time frame. You can change from 1 minute to 1 month. If you click 1 minute, you will see that a new chart opens, and this will represent, these candles will represent a minute of movement in the market. So each of these candles shows how much the price moved in one minute. You'll see there's a new candle forming on the right here as we're talking, because it's a minute. You'll see it moves very fast, right? And then you can also change it up to 1 month, depending on the data we have on the server. You'll see these are month candles. Okay, so you can change that. Next to that, you have your indicators. You can add different moving averages and so on. How to use them, again, you'll have to find your own strategy if you want to trade manually. It's not necessary, however. We'll get to the auto trading soon, and then we'll show you how to use other people to trade. Okay, next to that, you have different types of charts. Candlestick is the one we're looking at. You get a line chart or line graph. It looks like that, and then you get your bar chart, which is similar to candles, but it just shows bars. Right, let's change this back to candlestick, which is the most commonly used is candlestick charts. Next to that, we have your sentiment, that this is what people on this platform are doing. Under this, which is euro dollar, 40% of people are selling and 60% of people are buying. And the strategies, which are the more professional users, 45% are selling and 55% are buying. Alright, so, and then next to that, this is not really a tool you can use. It's just out of interest sake to see who's doing what. Next to that, you can change your cursor to become a hand like this that you can drag your chart with, or then just the crosshair that we usually have. Next to that, you can zoom in or out of the charts. And then next to that, we have glue to the right, which means that your chart will automatically move as the price is moving. You can just click on that, and then it'll be glued to the right. Okay. Alright, next to that we have the price, where you can sell and buy. You'll see there's a difference between the sell and the buy price. The reason for that is that's the spread that the broker takes, the commission that the broker takes. So every trade that you'll start will start in a small negative position, as the broker immediately takes their commission. So at the end of the month, you won't receive a invoice for the commission. What's in your account is actually your money. Alright, so if you click on buy or sell, it will ask you the amount. So that's the size of trade you'd like to take. Order type, market, which is at the price it's now, or entry, so you can set it for a price that you believe it will reach in the future, and then you just click send and it will enter the trade. But as I said earlier, we're not going to go through that right now. It is possible to do manual trades from here, but we use this for the auto trading. Alright, so the second option you have is semi-automated trading. You might have seen that a few windows have appeared like this one. This is when a trader on this platform or connected to this platform opens a trade. All their trades are shown on the right hand side here, and it gives you some info about the trader, and you can choose to copy this trader. It gives you 60 seconds to decide whether you want to do this. So mirror and copy is the same, so you're going to click mirror, and it will ask you again the amount, how big you want to trade, and if you click mirror, that means you will copy him for that trade until he finishes or closes that trade. Everything he does will be copied, but after the trade is closed, you won't copy him again. So this is just for single trades. It's very difficult to make money from this, especially because of the 60 seconds rule. 60 seconds is not enough to analyze whether a trader is good enough to follow or not, so we don't use this. You're welcome to try and use this on a demo account, that is up to you. Once the 60 seconds is gone, you'll see that it's basically like a no entry sign. That means that you cannot copy them anymore, but you'll see quite a lot of options here. You'll see the first option was blue and the others, these ones are orange. This just means that these are sell trades and the other one was a buy trade. But again, be very careful when you use this because it doesn't give you enough time to analyze the trader properly. Alright, and then the third option, and this is the option that we mostly use. Go and click on strategies next to live chart over here, and you'll see that it opens a new window. What you're looking at right now is a list of traders. These traders call themselves different things. Obviously this is not their real names, and you'll see for example Third Brain FX at the top here is shown 3 times. The reason for this is that they are sorted according to currency pair, so you can choose them according to the currency pair that they are the best at. So let's take the top one. You'll see it's Third Brain FX and it is for the Australian dollar yen, and on the right hand side you can see there are 8,375 people following this guy on this currency pair. You'll see on the top left that the filter we're using at the moment is top selected. This is the best filter for me to use, or the best indication, because what this shows you is the most amount of followers. So as soon as someone makes money or is consistent, more and more people follow them, and as soon as they start losing money, people stop following them. So it's a very good indication of who are the best traders on this platform. You do have other options. Let's go through them. Top T-Score. T-Score is Mirror Trader's rating system. This shows you in a very short period of time who according to them is the best trader. It's a very short-term rating system. So again, it's not. We'd like to see them over a long period of time. We want consistent traders and not traders that are up and down. So Top T-Score, you can go through this, but it's not my favorite filter. Underneath that you have Top Traded. This is just the guys that traded the most. Again, a guy that trades a lot doesn't necessarily know what he's doing. He just trades a lot. So again, I also don't use that. And then at the bottom you have Top Live Balance, which is the traders that have the most money in their bank accounts. Again, a guy that has a lot of money in his bank account is not necessarily a good trader. So we keep it top selected. Alright, next to that you have a custom filter where you can go and put in your own criteria and filter tradings according to that. I would still suggest to use the first filter just for a start. After that you can go and filter traders and do extra analysis on them, and then next to that you have an option for a watch list. Remember this, we're going to come back to how you add traders here. This is where you add traders that you're not 100% sure of, so you don't want to follow them, but you still want to see what they're up to and what they're doing. You add them here so that you can come back and follow them or see what they've been doing. Alright, so let's go back to the first filter and top selected. Yeah, you see these traders are filtered according to the amount of people following them. So we want to go and do further analysis. Just knowing that a lot of people follow them is not enough for us. So what we do is we go and click on the trader's name. So remember that as you see it here, like Third Brain FX, always the one at the top would be the one or the currency pair that they are the best at. So let's click on them, and you'll see a new window opens. Third Brain FX, it shows you for the currency pair that you've chosen, and next to that it shows for the last 30 days. You want to change this because we want to see how this guy has been trading for much longer than just 30 days. So if you click on the arrow, you could just go down to since inception, and you'll do this with every single trader. So remember that. So this will be the default page, and then you just change your time frame to since inception. Okay, here you can see his graph. This graph is from the 1st of September 2011. So you can see it's longer than 2 years, almost 2.5 years, and You can see that he is quite a consistent trader. He's made 15,000 pips. For a definition of a pip, refer to babypips.com. But you can see the growth. This is the most important part, is to make sure that your graph is quite a smooth graph moving in an upwards direction. You could have a graph that moves upwards but does so very up down, and you don't want to follow a guy like that, because you could be unlucky and catch him on a losing streak, and he could actually empty your account for you. So what you want to see is, you want to see quite a smooth looking up graph. Next to graphs, you can click on statistics. This is one of the most important pages, if not the most important. Okay, so what we see here is, firstly, this is the statistics page, and this is where we want to go and have a look at our traders in depth. First of all, you have your max DD, that's your max drawdown. For drawdown, again, check babypips.com. And then you have your MP, which is maximum positions. This is the most trades that a trader can open at any given time. Underneath that, you have your profit factor, which is your profit versus loss that you can see in your graph. Average trade time, this is quite important. The reason this is important is we want to have a balance between long-term and short-term traders. At the moment here we have 286 hours per trade. So this would qualify as a long-term trader. I would say anything above 100 hours would be a long-term trader. Average pips per trade, that's 105. That's average on all his trades. Average profitable trade, 250 pips. Average losing trade, 153 pips. So this would usually be his targets. So you'll see his targets would be around about 250 pips, and his stop loss would be around about 150 pips. Largest profitable trade is 298 pips. Largest losing trade is 200 pips. And rollover, that's just the interest that gets paid when you hold a position overnight. With the longer term traders, this will be more than with shorter term traders. Next to this, you see all the symbols that he's been trading. We don't want to follow him on all the symbols. We want to follow him only on the ones that he's good at. And then next to that, we have his win-loss ratio. A win-loss ratio is not what many people think it is. If your win-loss ratio is 90%, that doesn't mean that it's a good trader necessarily, because that just means he wins 9 out of 10 trades. But even if he does win 9 out of 10 trades, the 9 trades could be for small amounts, and the one that he loses could be a huge amount. So even a 90% win ratio could still mean that the guy loses money. So what you really want to have a look at is the graph and see the consistency of the graph. Okay. Alright, next to that we have current open positions. Here there's nothing at the moment. He's got no trades. If he did have open trades, you would see them here. Next to that we have strategy trade history. That is the trade history, so basically like a statement. You can go through every trade he's ever made. And next to that you have your strategy description. So this would give you his story and how he trades. It won't tell you exactly maybe, but he gives you some idea. Alright, so we've seen this trader. I've decided I like this guy, so what do I do next? I want to follow this guy. I want to copy everything he does. You'll see you have 3 icons on the right here. Firstly, you have your publisher. This is to share it to Facebook or Twitter or so on. Next to that, you have your watch list, add to watch list. So remember, I was saying, remember that star. If you click on the star, it'll add it to your watch list, and you can watch him in the window. Let's just go back to that to show you. Here's the star. If you click on this, you'll see now we added this guy so we can follow him and see what he does. Alright. Okay, so let's just go and click on him again. Get back to where we were. Just remember to always change this to since inception. Okay. So we were strategy description. That's for the watch list. I'm just going to remove that. Okay, so we know that this trader, I've looked at him, I like him, so I want to copy him. So you'll see there's a plus button on the right. Click on the plus button. First it will ask you for the amount. We'll get back to amount. Underneath that, add all symbols for this strategy. Never ever check this. If you do, you'll lose your money very quickly. Underneath that, you can change your max positions. Also, don't change that. So basically, don't change anything on this window. It will probably mean that you will lose your money. Alright, so what I do is I just click the plus button and I just click add. I don't even change the amount, because what it will do is it will automatically put it at the lowest amount possible. Alright, when I close this window, you'll see here the trader is added. That means if this box over here is ticked, it means that I am actually following this guy. So if he were to open a trade right now, I would follow him for that amount. Okay, the most important part of this page is your exposure meter. This shows you how much risk you're taking per trade. Okay, so it does the sum for you. It takes your equity and your balance, and it takes the trader's drawdown, how many trades he can open, and it adds all traders together. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a second trader just to show you that. So let's go back to these traders. Let's take just a tip under total trades here. You can see how many he's done in 30 days. So this is also how you can see what's a short-term and long-term trader. You'll see this home run has done 34 trades, which means he's averaged more than one trade a day. So I know he's a shorter-term trader, so I'm going to go and click on him. And then let's look at his graph. Remember to change this to since inception. Okay, so here you can see this graph is not exactly as good as the previous one. This chart doesn't look right to me, so I'm immediately going to go and look for another trader. Let's go to Pip Master. You can see he also does quite a lot of trades. Again, let's change this to since inception. Alright, he's lost a lot of money here the last while, so no, we're also not going to follow this guy. Let's go to PM Invest Capital. Okay, let's say since inception. And here you can see this guy's much better. He has had a few losing trades recently, but overall his graph looks better than the other guys. So here we can go through his stats again, just to show you. Average trade time 39 hours, so much less than the previous guy. And you'll see he has a higher win ratio, but again that doesn't mean much. Open positions, you can see he's got a few open positions. This doesn't mean you'll copy these trades. The trades will only be copied once new trades get opened. Okay, then trade history. Again, his statement, you can go through that. And then his description, just his story. So, okay, so we're going to add this guy as well. Just click on add and add. And let's go out here. You'll see this exposure meter has moved up a little bit. Now, what I found personally, this is up to you, but I found personally, I like keeping it somewhere here in the yellow region. This gives me the right kind of reward and risk that I'm looking for. It's not too high, but also not too low. So you'll see that it's quite low at the moment. So what you want to do is you'll see there's a range next to each of these traders' names. If you click on the range, you'll see you can actually increase the amount that's being traded. So this will differ from account size to account size, but your exposure meter will show you how risky or how low your risk is. Okay, so let's increase this one to 30 and say set. You'll see that's moved up quite a lot already. Let's also increase this one. So even if you have 3 or 4 traders, you just play with it until it's at a place where you are comfortable with. So let's say 30 as well and set. Alright, so this is where I'm pretty much comfortable with. So I've got one long-term trader, one short-term trader. Once you've set it up like this, what will happen is every single trade that this trader makes, you will copy from them, and you will copy it at the 30k amount, and from there everything he does will be copied until he closes the trade. So everything from here is automatic, and the big advantage of this is you don't have to stay online. You can actually close the platform, you can go off your computer. This will be running in the background on a server, so you don't need to actually have permanent internet access to let this run. So you'll see these 2 traders will be copied. At the moment they have no trades or have not opened any trades, but as soon as they open a trade, you'll copy them. You can add as many traders as you like. Let's add another trader, just maybe add another Third Brain FX, just to show you what will happen to your exposure meter. Let's see, since inception again. Okay, it looks alright, but still that's not my kind of graph. That, let's look at this one. Let's go to since inception. Okay, also not really, but let me just add him just to show you what happens. Okay, add and add. You'll see that is still in a comfortable range, so we can actually leave him there. But once you add too many traders, what will happen is you will go into the red of your exposure meter. Then you either have to decrease the amounts you're trading, or you have to remove some traders. Alright. Okay, so that's the basic setup. Basically what your job is to go through every single trader and decide which ones to follow. My favorite traders are Third Brain FX and PM Invest Capital. So I'm going to remove this. Let's remove him. And we can leave it like this. So now you're set up. You can actually log out now and let the guys do the trading for you. That's basically your setup process. Obviously it's difficult for me because I don't know what questions you may have, but please feel free to contact me with your questions. You can do so via email, or you are welcome to phone me as well. So let's get you up and running. What I would suggest you do is go through Baby Pips and then open yourself a demo account or a practice account. Practice on it for, let's say, a week or 2. Write down all the questions that you have, and then we can schedule an appointment, or you can just send through the questions via email. Before we go out, what I'm going to show you is just where to see what's happening in your account. If you go and click on live chart, all your live trades will be displayed underneath your graph. So if you open this graph after you've set it up, or the platform, you can just check your equity first of all, so you can see if it's grown or decreased, and then you can see all the open trades underneath your chart. And then if you want to go and see your closed trades, you just click on history, and you can actually go and set the dates that you would like to check in. So let's say from 1 April till 15 April. So fine, there are no trades at the moment, but once you have closed trades, it will show your trades here. Alright. Thank you very much.